All right. Welcome back to the greatest show on earth. Correctional Officer Stories with your boy, Steve here. I know it's been a minute since I've been around, but I'm back, Jack. Goons. Thanks for checking in, because I know you're watching, because y'all are faithful. Hoorah. Anyway, how are my goons doing? How's everybody doing out in Goonland? Appreciate you tuning in. Today, I'd like to talk about divorce in prison as a correctional officer. So here's the thing. I've heard the statistic is 80% divorce rate. I've heard it's 70%. I've heard it's 60%. What I do know for a fact is it's at least 50%. Because here's the thing. I'm just talking about it today with one of my coworkers. In corrections, obviously it's a stressful job, right? We know that. We know the reasons it can be stressful. I've talked about it. If you don't know, go back and check out some of my videos. There's a lot of reasons. Plus, you might have some stress in your personal life that who knows what it is, but it's affecting your relationship too, right? I've talked about this in some past videos, but I've been asked some questions, so I figured I'd address it. It's a really big divorce rate within corrections because one, you might be working a lot of hours and you're not giving your significant other that time, right? Two, you end up, unfortunately, screwing around with another officer, or maybe it's a nurse on the complex, or it could be, it's usually medical or another officer, somebody that works in medical or another officer. Sometimes the keefy store lady, store guy. It really just depends, right? Or this is really unfortunate and totally wrong. Officers hook up with inmates, right? Which is a fucking crime because inmates are awarded to the state. So that's rape. You can't be messing around with inmates, nor should you be messing around with inmates. And if that's what you're going into corrections for, because you got this little idea that you're going to make some money, or you're going to, whatever you're going to do, and you know that you're going to cross that line, we don't need you in there. They don't need you in there. Stay your ass out of there, right? We don't need you to F in there. Get the hell out of there. Take your little games and play them somewhere else. So there's three reasons. And the second reason is usually the one, unfortunately, that ends up in divorce. That's messing with another person, whether, like I said, it'd be an officer, somebody, a medical staff member, an admin member. Who knows what it is, but that's a lot of times what it is, unfortunately. And your significant other is always going to find out, whether it be your wife, your husband, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your fiance. Because for one, you start to act different, right? You're not acting the same. You're totally different. You probably become distant. And you probably will go around some officers at a time, and those officers don't care. You might be having a good time drinking or whatever, and something gets said, and then just like we do as humans, we start to investigate it. We start to look into it. It fires us up inside, and we find out what's going on. So then it causes you to get in a divorce or separation, and then that really affects your work habit. And you start to F up at work. You start to call out. You burn all your leave. You get FMLA. You're on stress leave. So then it really just affects your team, right? As officers, it affects the officers you work with because they're already short-staffed, especially now. Corrections has always been short-staffed, always. We just the media just heavily covers it now because social media is alive and well. And I'll touch on that in another video. But I think social media, Facebook in particular, has ruined a lot of careers, a lot of relationships. It's almost like the devil sometimes. And I have a Facebook, but social media has ruined. Just like we look at officers in the police departments, brutality has been going on forever, whether it's white, black, Mexican, Asian, whatever the race is, it's been going on. This isn't something new, people. It just, now people have pocket computers and they pull out their effing phone and they record it. But trust me, it was probably worse way back in the day. So, sorry to get off track, because that's another subject that fires me up. It's affected us because nobody wants to be a cop anymore. Nobody wants to be a corrections officer because all they do is hear about short staffing. The effing pay sucks. But statistically, if you look around state to state to state, us in Arizona, it ain't nothing new. Every other state's short-staffed too. Yeah, California CDCR, they got pretty good staffing. Their numbers are pretty good. However, they pay well, and those guys are law enforcement officers. I don't think I don't think they're fully sworn. Somebody from CDCR, if you are, please correct me if I'm wrong. I know you can make an arrest. I think it's a different type of sworn, but I could be wrong. I don't 100% know, so I might be speaking out of texture. But it's just become a problem. So really my point to this video, if you're coming into corrections as a new officer, or even as somebody that's reinstating, meaning you were an officer before you just decided to come back to the Department of Corrections, and you're going through a divorce, or you're going through a personal hard time in your life with your significant other, really sit down and think about, do you really want to go into corrections dealing with the pressure and the stress that you already have in your life? And then it's going to be tenfold when you get into corrections. You get through the academy, you get out, and you start supervising inmates and maintaining control and custody of them. And you're trying to leave your personal baggage at the door, and we all know that's one of the toughest things to do. And you're trying to maintain control and custody, like I said, of the inmates, and be at work, get there on time, and not be calling out all the time. It's a tough thing. For those of you that have been through it, I commend you, because I know it's tough, because depression will shut your ass down, especially if you're going through a mentally tough breakup that's of somebody that you truly loved and they burned you. It's one of the toughest things to go through. I'm telling you, trust me, I know for a fact, it's one of the toughest things to go through. People say just snap out of it. It's not how it works. You just don't flick your head and your brain pops off. A light pops on and you tell, hey, get me out of depression, I'm done. I don't want to do that no more. Today's it. And then you flick the light back off and, oh, you're good to go. It doesn't work like that. It might take some medication. And then remember, it's a safety sensitive position. So if you're on a certain type of medication that makes you sedated, and then you go for a UA and you pop dirty because it's, say, a narcotic or something on that list of drugs that you can't be on, then the policy is, I think they put you in a 30-day temporary work assignment, a TWA, and then 30 days later you pop dirty again, you're out. So really think about coming into corrections if you're having some personal issues, especially related to divorce and just your personal relationship. Hopefully, you have a solid foundation. You're coming into corrections because it's something that you really want to do. And as I've said in my other videos, you just don't need a job and you're trying to get a paycheck, because honestly, it's not for you. It's not. If you just need a paycheck and you thought, oh, well, corrections is hiring, I could probably get through the process. And then I'll work there for a while, and then if I don't like it, I'll find something else. Well, trust me, you're not going to like it. Do a lot of officers take the job because they need it and end up staying? Well, yeah, of course. But really think about it. If you just need a job, don't take it. And if you're having a lot of personal issues, really sit back, reevaluate your life, and think about what you want to do. And don't just pick corrections, because on that other side of the wall, inside the prison walls, everybody has a freaking problem. And they don't want to hear your shit. Trust me. So, again, goons, I appreciate all the support. I just wanted to put that out there. I know I've talked about this before, but I've got some, I've been getting some questions. And it's just a tough thing. And don't be messing around with brown. I say that because officers here in AZ Corrections, they wear, they wear a brown uniform, brown pants, tan shirt. Don't be messing with brown if you're married or you've got a fiance and there's some temptation there. Try to stay away from it. Temptation leads to nothing but a lot of times hell. Trust me, and it's hard to bounce back when you're on fire because you're hurt, you're burning inside. And yeah, it's tough. So thanks for rocking with me. I appreciate it. I got some more good content to come for you after the holiday. Like I said, I'm going to try to start doing interviews. I'm going to really get into some interviews. So yeah, stay up, stay positive. If you got any questions in reference to corrections, let me know. I'm always willing to answer anything. If I don't know it, I know people that I can reach out to that will have an answer for you. So just keep the positivity coming. Have a great holiday. I'm sure we'll talk before then, goons. But if not, keep it up. And just, if you're going to go in corrections, be all the way positive about it and take it serious. It's a serious job, and you need to be serious about it. So, again, thanks for rocking with me. Continue to support. And yeah, appreciate y'all. Peace.